everyone. How are we all? Merry Christmas to those of you where it is still Christmas. Here in Australia, it's all sort of done and over with. Obviously going into Boxing Day today for us, and I do understand it is still Christmas Day a lot of the places in the world. So I hope everyone is having a really good Christmas time. I had a really lovely one. I'm super full still. Here in Australia, we've had a bit of a weird one. We've had, it was quite hot during the day, but then we've had storms in the evening. Of Christmas Day, so that was rather interesting this year here in Australia, having a bit of a mixture of everything, all the seasons all at once. But I understand it is quite cold elsewhere in the world, hence the name of this month's full moon, the cold moon of December. Okay, so we are looking at the full moon in Cancer, so we will be doing our shadow work reading, our last one for the year. I am going to try to keep it a little lighter this time around, and hopefully nothing too confronting coming through. But as we do know, with all the shadow work readings, sometimes they are quite confronting. So just be prepared that, some of us may have more confronting messages than others. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate that. I may not even be able to get a photo of this full moon if we're having, storms and whatnot. I will try my best. But otherwise I might just have to do another thumbnail of my lizard dressed up for Christmas. I hope everyone liked that yesterday. The YouTube algorithm was trying to put a really horrible still from the video as the thumbnail, so I was like, I'll just change it to one of my Christmas sort of themed photos. And I had a whole bunch of photos of my lizard dressed up in I had a few with a little Santa hat, and then I had others where he was on the presents and whatnot. So I had quite a few of those, but I have got a few more that, I can always use another one for today's reading. But I suppose by now you would have seen what the thumbnail is. So we'll see how I go with getting a photo of the full moon itself. But, wish me luck, guys. But today I am going to actually... We're still sort of still sticking with a bit of a Christmas theme. So, it is, like I said, still Christmas time, Boxing Day here in Australia, Christmas elsewhere in the world. So I'm wanting to sort of do something for this shadow work reading, the idea of the three wise men. Okay, so the 3 points of wisdom that you can be receiving for your shadow work in order to move forward in the new year. Because this full moon, it really is reminiscence about your self-growth, lifting weights from your heart, using your strong feelings as a catalyst to transform and evolve. There may be some intense emotions, especially for the signs of Cancer, obviously the full moon in Cancer, the opposite sign of Capricorn, as well as Aries and Libra are probably going to be most affected by this particular moon. But yeah, really all about letting go of emotional baggage, breaking free and prioritizing your own needs, resolving matters in order to move forward into the brand new year. Okay, so sort of finalizing some energy for ourselves before we do move into 2024. So I'm going to be using 3 of the sort of more oracle type decks. Firstly, I've got the Heal Yourself reading cards. The ones I do like to use pretty much for all our shadow work readings. They're so good for looking a little bit deeper. So we're going to start with those ones, and I will... As we go through, I do have the Healing Light lenormand that I will be sort of clarifying things as we go through. The second deck we're going to be drawing from, I have the, the Voice of the Souls deck there, okay? And then last but not least, we do have the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck as well. Okay, so that one is a little bit more of a affirmations and believing in yourself kind of stuff. So hopefully finishing on a bit of a higher note for everybody. But like I said, sometimes we can be a little bit more confronting when it comes to shadow work. So we'll see how we go. But as always, you will see me sort of taking timestamps And we're going to get started today with Aries. Okay, Aries. Shadow work for Aries. As I mentioned in the intro, Aries, this full moon will be affecting your sign maybe a little bit stronger than others. So don't be surprised if you do have some intense emotions going on at the moment. But that's really using those emotions as a catalyst to move yourself forward and clear them out. Get rid of all that excess baggage. Okay, Aries. What does Aries need to know for their shadow work? Okay, so the first card we have for you, Aries, is the Beauty card. All right, so I'm actually feeling that for a lot of you, Aries, this is actually talking about looking inside at your own beauty. There may be elements of looking at, the beauty that is around you, in others, in the world in general. But for a lot of you, this is, oh, excuse me. Sorry, Aries. For a lot of you, I suppose, bless you, Michelle. For a lot of you, this is that looking inward and finding the things about yourself that you find beautiful. If that's a hard task for some of us, it's finding those things that other people find beautiful within you and finding solace in those sorts of things and really using those things to sort of accept that beauty within yourself and whatnot. So there's something very deep there about accepting your own beauty and accepting the things that you bring to this world. Okay, I'm just going to get some clarification on that for you, Aries. Aries. Shadow work for Aries. Why does Aries need to look at beauty for shadow work, please? Okay, so I'm just noticing too, Aries. I didn't even notice at first, but this particular oracle, you can see up the top corner here, there is the snake imagery as well, and we also have this like compass type image here, which is actually the compass is connecting directly to the first card I've got for you, that crossroads card. It's sometimes represented by a compass, finding your true north, finding that true path that you're supposed to follow. So there's something to be said that I'm getting beauty is in the eye of the beholder, that you're deceiving yourself about something, that you're telling yourself that you don't have this inner beauty, but you do. And for a lot of you, this inner beauty has got to do with making solid choices and following the path of your heart. All right. So with that crossroads energy, it's definitely talking about following your true path here, Aries. We do see the stork energy as well. So that is also stirring up new beginnings. So there's a choice. There's a choice you're needing to make, Aries, as to, are you going to look within and accept this beauty that is within yourself, accept this truth. I feel like for a lot of you, this beauty is truth. Truth is beauty. It's like choosing to no longer deny your truth to yourself is beauty in itself. And there's a lot of beauty in the truth of life and the truth of who you are as a person, the things that are really deep within yourself and your heart. And it's kind of talking about choosing to follow that. Stop deceiving yourself that you can't have these things that you're wanting, choosing to stir up something new in your life, choosing to, move forward in a very sort of positive way, where you are not afraid of, sometimes the stork can talk about, stirring up a bit of conflict in order to, once the dust settles, I'm getting, stirring things up so that the dust can settle afterwards. Choosing to stir things up and choosing to, really get down in the deep and dirty side of things in order to stir some change and bring some change into your life, so that you can follow the truth of your heart here, Aries. So that is feeling a bit deep there, Aries, but we'll have a look with the next deck there. Okay, shadow work for Aries. What does Aries need to know for their shadow work, please? Okay, pretty self-explanatory one here, Aries. We have the source energy. Okay, so that's all about connecting to the source, connecting to you know, the things that truly drive you, that inner spark within you there, that you know, as well as the divine spark, you know, that spiritual component within yourself, and really connecting to that source, you know, and finding, you know, I'm feeling for a lot of you, Aries, I just keep getting that, you know, that flame within you, because, you know, Aries being a fire sign, you know, that source, that you know, not letting that flame go out, actually, you know, finding that flame within you, and you know, really stirring it up, and getting it burning within you, and getting you know, your true desires and your true passions, connecting to those things that are deep within you, that you are you know, deep within your heart, I'm feeling, and, you know, just deep within you on a spiritual level as well. Clarify the source card for Aries. Why does Aries need to know this for their shadow work, please? Once again, it's connected to that initial kind of message where we're watching you sort of choosing to stir things up, choosing to, you know, move forward and stop deceiving yourself about this true spark within you. You know, we do have the rider coming through, so he comes through with good news, but I feel like this is you getting on your horse and getting into action. It really does talk about a lot of movement, action type energy, so it's really kind of you jumping up, getting back on the horse, jumping up on the horse, and you know, setting off into the sunset. We also have the scythe energy, so that's really making sudden changes, maybe unexpected to the people around you, unexpected to your own self, but, you know, getting up on that horse, and you know, making those changes, cutting those things out of your life that aren't serving you, and making those changes, making those decisions to stir yourself up, and head in the direction that is your true path, rather than allowing yourself to, you know, be held back by anything that is no longer serving you there, Aries. So this message is actually coming through very, very connected. For a lot of you, this is there's something within you that is it's like an innermost desire, or something that drives you. There's this element with that beauty card of you telling yourself that I don't deserve something that beautiful in my life. But, you know, that's a deception. Telling yourself that is actually a deception, and you here needing to sort of choose to stir that up. Why are you telling yourself that? Why are you believing that? Connecting to the deepest parts of yourself, and moving forward anyway, cutting away those things that don't serve you, and you know, moving forward anyway. Aries, what does Aries need to know for their shadow work, please? And once again, it's all connected to the same message here. Like I said in the intro, these particular cards, these believe in your own magic cards, are a little bit more affirmation-y. This particular one is the stars card, okay? It does say there, you can manifest your every wish. All right, so I'll get some clarification on that one as well. But once again, it's showing us that this innermost desire, this inner spark within you, Aries, that it's connected to something that you are desiring, a wish that you're wanting fulfilled there. And, you know, you can manifest this. It's all about, you know, making these choices, making these sudden changes within your life, and heading towards that, stirring things up. You know, even if we do have to, you know, sift through the mud before that mud settles, you know, making those changes for yourself in order to get to your true wishes here. Clarify the stars card for Aries with their shadow work, please. Wow. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, I also have the Tower. So for some of you, this may be connected to someone older than you, someone from your past, something within your inner foundation, which, as we're seeing with that source energy, for a lot of you, this is definitely something in your inner sort of foundation that we're looking at here. We do have the masculine, and then we actually have that stars card clarified with the stars card. Okay, so, you know, that's double confirmation for you, Aries, that all your wishes are well within reach here. Your desires are, you know, easily obtainable. You can manifest this. Whatever this is that your heart is truly desiring there, that there's beauty in truth. And accepting the truth of who you are and what you want. And there's beauty in that, and you can manifest that truth into your reality here. We do see with the masculine energy that it definitely could be, you know, something, there's something there where it's kind of saying something about, you know, you controlling the chaos within yourself. The masculine energy is a very sort of controlled, logical type of energy there. It's acting in power, okay? Acting very domineering of yourself and controlling yourself. You know, when we do see you making these sudden changes and whatnot, I feel as though it's you sort of taking control of your life and taking control of your emotions, in the sense of accepting this is what I want and this is what I'm going to get. You know, that kind of domineering, controlling energy coming through there. For some of you, that this wish may be directly connected to a masculine energy. You may be wishing for a specific masculine, you know, energy around you. So masculine energy doesn't necessarily mean it is a male. It's just talking about, you know, for some of you, this wish may be for someone who is, you know, in that more masculine energy. So like somebody who is, you know, boss kind of vibes. They're very you know, maybe control, domineering type person. You know, they a lot of the time they can be reserved and hold back their emotions a little bit as well. You know, but I can guarantee you that it's not necessarily a male. You know, when we don't really genderize the lenormand there, because I know that me myself, I quite often am represented by that masculine energy, being a sort of strong Capricorn woman. I do find sometimes I do get represented by the masculine energy for other people. So you know, I personally, I find that it's very important to mention that it definitely could be a feminine being represented by that masculine energy. But if that's the case for you, it's not going to be, you know, a soft, sweet little cherub type feminine. It's going to be a boss type feminine who takes charge and whatnot. Okay, and they're maybe, you know, sometimes intimidating and a bit bossy, that sort of stuff as well. But it's that boss energy. All right, but overall, Aries, we're looking at something deep within you here, and it's really talking about facing your truth, and not, you know, once again with that snake energy hiding in that beauty card, stop deceiving yourself that you can't have this beauty in your life. Whatever that beauty is for you, you know, it's connected to things that you truly desire, things that deep down inside of you, you know, for some of you, even the universe wants you to connect to this energy. All right, and it's that source within yourself, that source within, you know, God within the universe, asking you to connect deeper here and connect to this energy. And this Cancer full moon is actually a really great time for you to be facing that sort of energy. Okay, Aries. So that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check your other placements. Obviously, I'm going to end up being quite a long reading today, but I will move on over to our Taurus. Okay, I'll just pause quickly. Okay, so I had to move the fan, but moving on to Taurus. Okay, Taurus. Shadow work for Taurus. Shadow work for Taurus this month. Okay. We have the rejection card, Taurus. So facing and moving on from issues of rejection in your life. So this doesn't necessarily mean rejection in a romantic connection, although it definitely can. But you know, things where you're feeling rejected by life, whether that be career stuff or just that feeling as though you don't quite fit in. I'll get some clarity there, but this Cancer full moon is a really good time to be looking at, issues of that sort of stuff, those emotional things where we do feel rejected in some way, shape, or form. Even just by society in general, whatever that is for you, Taurus. But it's a really good time. It's maybe a bit of an emotional uprising this full moon for you, but it's all in order to cleanse out and reminisce about how far you have already grown, and knowing that if you've already grown that much, that you can continue to grow from here as well. Clarify that rejection card for Taurus, please. Yeah, so we do have the coffin energy there, which was followed by the snake energy. Okay, so for some of you, this is talking directly about a betrayal, that, feeling rejected because you were betrayed or somehow deceived or taken advantage of with that snake energy there. The coffin actually does show us, it talks about death and rebirth. Okay, so it's showing us that this has ended. This is over and done with. You're now being given the chance to sort of be reborn and turn that rejection into something completely new for yourself. There's something a lot of readers say, and it's rejection is God's protection. All right, and I kind of am getting that's kind of what's going on here for you, Taurus. That that there was some sort of rejection that you needed to sort of have and have that part of your life close on out, so that you can actually put all that energy elsewhere into your life. All right, so for some of you, it is definitely connected to some sort of physical relationship, because the snake a lot of the time does talk about physical intimacy, things that you were very passionate or desirous of, and some reason feeling rejected from that opportunity, and that opportunity has now ended. That rejection is sort of over and done with. I feel it's talking about closing the lid on those emotions that have stemmed from that rejection, in order to move forward in a much more positive way for yourself, that new beginning, that death and rebirth, that I'm kind of getting, that phoenix energy rising from the ashes of this rejection for you, Taurus. I'm getting to I'm getting, for some of you, this is a very old, long-standing thing, something that's I'm getting that for some of you, this may even stem back to your childhood, feeling rejected from like a family situation, or just in general throughout your life, having this sense of rejection and this sort of understanding that that's not part of who you are anymore, and you're able to move on from that now. So it's really kind of coming through in a cleansing sense, that you're able to actually now move on from those past rejections. Okay, Taurus. Shadow work for Taurus, please. Yeah, that's definitely supporting that. We have the message of freedom. Okay, so this is coming through directly to let you know that you're free. You're any of that sadness connected to rejection or betrayal or deception that you've felt in the past. There, you're free. Here's the outright message of freedom for you. You're free from that energy. It's not holding you back anymore. You've closed the lid on that sort of energy in your life, and it's not going to hold you back anymore, Taurus. So I'll just get some clarity for that message of freedom for Taurus. Oh, beautiful, Taurus. We have the heart. And I'm just getting intuitively, your heart can now soar free. All right, we have the ship as well. So the ship is, starting new adventures of the heart, loving yourself in brand new ways. Your ships are coming in. This journey is only just starting with you connecting to your own heart here, Taurus. So that's actually a really beautiful message. Like the journey's just beginning. The adventure's just beginning, and it's all coming from your heart here. Your heart is free to hope and set sail into calmer waters. All right. So this is actually coming through as a really beautiful message for you, Taurus. Shadow work energy for Taurus, please. Flower. That one says, be honest with yourself. So yeah, be honest with yourself, Taurus. Find your truth. What is it? What is this rejection that you've been feeling? Maybe I'm kind of feeling for a lot of you, Taurus, that whatever you've gone through in the past, that you haven't actually put that word to it until now. You're not realizing that that's what that is. That's why you were so emotionally wrapped up in that, because you felt rejected. I feel like a lot of you just consciously did not realize that that's why that was affecting you so much, because you were subconsciously taking it as some sort of rejection. All right. And so it's talking about, being honest with yourself and accepting that, yes, that was what it is. That was what it was. Once again, I just want to say that this full moon in Cancer, it is all about letting go of emotional baggage, prioritizing your own needs, resolving matters in order to move forwards, lifting the weight from your hearts and using your feelings as a catalyst to transform and evolve. Okay, there may be intense emotions involved in that, but it's all to help clear it all out, so you can move forward in a much more positive way. So there is this element of needing to be quite honest with yourself at the moment as well, Taurus, about what has been going on for you in the past and whatnot. Clarify that flower card for Taurus, please. Okay, yeah, so we've got the whip and the bear. Okay, so that's just telling us a little bit more about what you are needing to be a bit more honest with yourself about. It's those inner conflicts, the things that you've really struggled with that have caused you tension and trouble within you yourself, and have actually led you to this bear energy where you've got your walls up and you're quite defensive against letting people get too close to you. The bear is a strong, powerful card with very strong boundaries, but I'm feeling that, with this whip energy, you've kind of, it gives me that vibe of, you've been hurt so many times, that you've been rejected so many times, that you are afraid to let anyone too close anymore. And if someone starts to get too close, that it's that reject them before they can reject you kind of energy. And you really needing to be honest with yourself about this inner conflict and this kind of beating yourself up energy that is leading you to, be on your guard too much. You're being a bit defensive rather than standing in your own power and you know, having those set boundaries, which is, you know, good. You're putting the boundaries just a little bit too far away from yourself. You're not actually letting anyone get close enough. You know, you are setting some quite strong, rather than having just a nice firm boundary. It's kind of like you've got these big iron walls wrapped around you, and it's all stemming from this inner conflict that is, you know, stemming back once again from that, you know, betrayal, rejection, those sorts of energies that you've been through there. And you know, you are beating yourself up about it. It's an internal conflict for you, I feel. So it's, you know, being honest with yourself and allowing yourself to accept that freedom. All right, you are moving forward in a lovely way here, Taurus, and it's just a matter of reminding yourself to actually let people in. You know, you can still have those firm boundaries. That's, you know, recommended. But you know, letting people in just a little bit more. You know, opening up and being a little bit more vulnerable. Freeing your heart and allowing your heart to start these new journeys and start these new adventures. You know, if you have those walls up too high, you'll never start those adventures. Okay, Taurus. So be honest with yourself, all right, and you know, clear out that old energy. It's definitely time to close the lid on all that old energy and move forward in a whole new way here, Taurus. So that's what I have for you. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. I am probably just going to pause between each sign, you know, to get a drink and whatnot. I have I don't know, I think obviously Christmas and being a little bit overloaded energy-wise from Christmas, I'm just needing to clear my energy in between each sign today. So I'll just pause quickly and then move on to Gemini. Okay, Gemini. Gemini, what does Gemini need to know for their shadow work this month? Last shadow work reading of 2023. What does Gemini need to know? We have the home card there, Gemini. Okay, so where is home to you? Home is all about safety, security, your little personal bubble. So it's kind of like, yeah, like connecting with home, connecting with yourself, connecting with, for some of you, maybe your ancestral roots, your family, that kind of energy. We'll get some clarity on that. Clarity for Gemini on home for their shadow work, please. Yeah, it's coming through strong. I'm just going to, why does Gemini need to know this? What is it about this that Gemini needs to know for their shadow work, please? Okay, the reason you need to know about all this, we have the book coming through. Okay, so the book talks about, you know, the story of you, the path that, you know, the life that you've lived, the where you've come to so far, and where you're going from here, the next chapters in your life, facing some of the unknown aspects within your life, you know, changing the plot line to your story whenever you want, writing your story the way that you want it to be written, you know, rather than just sort of going with the flow of life, you know, taking a more intrinsical approach where you're, you know, I want to change this part of the story, so I'm going to, you know, make this effort to actually change this story for myself and make the next chapter a better one than the last chapter. All right, we do have that clarified with the dog energy, as well as the lily. So we are seeing that this is, for a lot of you, this is, you know, a longevity thing. It's a long-term thing. This is something that you may have been struggling with very long term. It's got to do with the, you know, with that lily, the emotional intimacy, the vulnerability within you yourself, the this, I feel like for a lot of you, there's been this struggle of connecting to people and feeling safe and secure with, this sense of family, this, with that home energy. It's very muchly about your place in the family, your place in your own life, kind of thing. The dog energy, it does talk specifically about friendships, but I'm getting more that this has got to do with, the loyalty, the compassion, the companionship of such relationships. So we are looking at platonic relationships coming under the spotlight for you at the moment. And for a lot of you, it is family, with that longevity, the long-term relationships that you've had in your life, and your role within those family dynamics, your role within those friendship groups, so and changing the parts of the story that don't suit you, changing your role. I feel for a lot of you, it's kind of like it's been this safety net. There's been this safety net for you where it's like, I know what's expected of me, but it's feeling like, the things that are expected of you within those family roles. Everyone's sort of safe and secure that Gemini is this role, Gemini does this, Gemini will act in this way. But I feel like you, Gemini, are kind of fighting against your own truth here, and that role that you've been sort of placed in may not actually suit you yourself. It's comfortable for you to stay in that role because that's what is known. But it's kind of feeling like there's something in question here about, can you really do that forever? With that long-term card there, it's kind of like, can you be that support network for everyone else when you yourself might need support? Is there something about that story that you need to, change? Do you need to, enter into some sort of new chapter within that role that you've placed yourself in, that you've been put in within the family, within the home? Okay, so questioning that sort of stuff, and the opportunity to evolve your role within friend and family dynamics. All right, but we'll have a look with the next deck here. We've got the Voice of the Souls Oracle. Okay, Gemini. What does Gemini need to know for their shadow work, please? Okay, we'll take that one that wanted to fly out, which is you yourself, looking within, facing the truth of yourself, and putting yourself first. Okay, especially with that home stuff, not being what everyone wants you to be, being what you want you to be. Starting these new chapters all about you. Okay, not what everyone wants you to be, but what do you want you to be? What role do you want to play within these things? Clarify that you energy for Gemini. Yeah, so we have the whip as well as the feminine. Okay, so it kind of shows us that you have been nurturing this battle within yourself. You've kind of just been nurturing that and just going with it. The feminine is it's the less domineering aspect. It's kind of, once again, you doing what you're told kind of energy, doing the role that you've been given, rather than standing up strong and powerful and demanding a new role. We do see with the whip here that there's a lot of inner conflict. This may actually be causing you a lot of tension and trouble within yourself, beating yourself up kind of energy, that you're not facing your own truth, and that you're sort of just going along with what other people are wanting you to do there. You may have been a very supportive, nurturing role for the people around you, with that feminine energy there. That's the the emotional support system. I feel that you've been this emotional support network. For some of you, this is even, it's sort of telling me there that for someone out there within the Gemini community, it's like you've actually raised your family. You've been the mother for these people, even if they may be other parent and or siblings, and you've actually raised these people. They may just be friends, you know, and you've kind of raised these people. You play this mother role to these people, and it causes you yourself a lot of inner conflict and a lot of tension and drama, and presents a challenge to you, and it's asking you to really look within at what do you want. Do you want to continue to, you know, be the mother for all these people around you that, you know, I'm kind of just getting that vibe of you're not their mother, you know, you're not the adult in this situation, they are, or something along those lines. So, and once again, with that Lily showing it, for a lot of you, this is something that has been a very long-standing dynamic. All right, and it's kind of asking you, do you want to continue that for the rest of your life, or is it time to actually face yourself and face what you really want, the role, and play the role that you truly are, rather than what people are putting on you here, I feel. Okay, shadow work for Gemini, please. Flower. Okay, so our last sign, Taurus, actually had this same one. Be honest with yourself. So some of you may be on the cusp, obviously. But yeah, being honest with yourself. So once again, looking straight on inward, being honest with yourself about, you know, is this the role that you want to play, or is this the role you've been put in? All right, looking within quite heavily here, Gemini. Clarify that flower energy for Gemini, please. I'm getting repeated messages for you. You know, on the bottom of the deck, we have the moon energy, which is all about emotions. So that's very similar to that feminine energy. Clarifying that flower energy, we have the house, the home card coming through, showing itself. We also have the Tower. All right, so it's asking you to be honest with yourself about the foundations that have been set within the home dynamic. You know, the foundations, taking some time to yourself. For some of you, this can be talking about needing some solitude, needing a bit of a break from this home sort of situation. Once again, the home can talk about, you know, inner stability and security, but I am really strongly feeling for a lot of you there that this is talking about that family dynamic. Even if, you know, the family that we're talking about is just friends or whatever, it is platonic dynamic, that home bubble, that safety net that you provide for these people, and the foundations that have been laid, that have led to that being the case, and really sort of looking back and seeing how those foundations need to, you know, be maybe even like totally relearned. You know, what new foundations need to be laid in order to make you stronger. You know, we're worrying about you at the moment, Gemini. We're not worrying about the family dynamic. We're worrying about your role within it, and changing that foundation to suit you better. Okay, so the Tower does also mention the past as well. So we are looking at, you know, how this has been set up in the past. You know, for a lot of you, this is from your childhood, kind of energy that it's sort of followed on through, and it's really time to actually look at that and really decide, you know, can I keep doing this? You know, how can I change this? You know, how can I change this foundation so that it suits me? And you know, you think about you. Okay, Gemini, you are the important one here, not just doing what is sort of expected of you. All right. You are more than welcome to check your other signs, of course. All right, but we will move on over to Cancer. How are we, Cancer? Okay, hope everyone's had a great Christmas. Christmas is over here in Australia. We're on to Boxing Day already. But today we're looking at the full moon energy, okay? The full moon in Cancer. So you guys, it may be a little bit emotionally intense. for Cancer. We've got, Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and Aries getting most affected by this particular full moon. But it is all about, facing those emotions in order to, look back at how much we've grown already and where else we need to transform and evolve. Okay. Cancer. What does Cancer need to know in regard to their shadow work, please? Oh, deep off the bat for me there, Cancer. We have the inner child energy. Okay, so I think everyone by this day and age knows what we are referring to when we're talking about your inner child. That sense within, I'm getting sense of justice within you for some reason there, Cancer. Maybe somehow connected to that. For some of you, this, if you have been someone like me who's had some sort of childhood trauma, it may be a really good time to reflect on how that actually has changed and affected you this year, and working through that a little bit as well. But the inner child energy, it's also really asking you to embrace that inner child a bit there, Cancer, and find the light within, find the joy and happiness within you, that sense of adventure, that little child within you that is sort of shouting to the rooftops, when I grow up, I want to be an astronaut, or whatever it is for you. You kind of knowing that you've still got this whole life ahead of you where you can do anything that you want. So embracing that a little bit more, a bit more of a playfulness kind of energy for you as well there, Cancer. Going out and running around in the rain and, going on the playground and all that sort of fun stuff. Clarify that inner child energy for Cancer, please. Yeah, okay. So it is referring to this inner child that you're trying to protect. Okay, we have the fox energy and the bear energy there. So it is asking us to sort of look at why, because I'm kind of getting a Cancer here who maybe hasn't been in touch with their inner child for quite a long time. You've had to protect your inner child for quite a long time. Those sweet, innocent sides of yourself are kind of on lockdown here with this fox energy. It's kind of like something about this child within you, your upbringing maybe for a lot of you, like I mentioned, that childhood trauma stuff. If that's something you resonate with, it's really looking at how that is affecting you now, and the ways that you act now, and the way that you protect yourself and guard against other people. Because with that fox energy, we see someone here, Cancer, who acts very, very independently and really does never rely on anyone else for help. This is you kind of telling people what they need to hear to kind of back off and leave you alone. I'm getting that you'll tell them what they need to hear or what they want to hear, but that may not be the truth. So it's kind of like, someone saying to you, Cancer, oh, how are you, Cancer? Are you well? Did you have a good Christmas? And you standing here going, oh yeah, it was great. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. And deep down that's not telling the true story of how you're actually feeling emotionally at all. You're just kind of feeling like you have to be this strong and powerful person all the time, which you're not embracing that inner child. That a child will come up to you and they've scraped their knee, and well, I know my child in particular, he'll scrape his knee and he like it's the end of the world. It's the biggest pain I've ever felt, and there's like one little drop of blood, and it's like, oh, I need a band-aid, and it's kind of like they have no shame. They have no they don't hide how they truly feel. A child is, if they feel something, about it. They don't hide it, and you here are hiding it, and you're not embracing that inner child that's, being a bit more vulnerable and being like, I need a Band-Aid. I need someone to give me a hug and tell me that it's going to be okay. Like, I feel like a lot of you, that's kind of what it is. That some of you, you just need that hug and to be told that everything's going to be okay. You need someone to, kiss your boo-boos and put a little Band-Aid on it. No, I'm not not being rude or anything. Like, sorry, I think I'm funny sometimes, Cancer, sorry. But we also have the bear energy, so that really does talk about you being very overprotective of yourself. You're standing so strong and powerful that you're not actually letting anyone get close enough to you to, give you that hug and kiss the boo-boo better. So you are very stoic and acting very independently and trying to be so strong and powerful all the time, that you're not allowing this inner child to just be embraced and loved and, have any softness be given to you, because you are, I'm fine, everything's fine. My leg's bleeding, but I'm fine, like, I'm just getting this image of, I'm actually getting a memory where I literally was giving someone Band-Aids and putting Band-Aids on someone. I've done that a few times actually, like, even one time when I was out drinking in a club and I was a bit drunk, and someone in the bar had hurt themselves and was bleeding, and I was pulling Band-Aids out of my handbag, putting Band-Aids on this person I didn't know, in the middle of a busy club. Geez, my friends gave me some hell for that, I tell you. Laughing at me, calling me Nurse Michelle and whatnot. It was quite funny, though. But, you just need someone to nurture you a little bit, I feel, Cancer. And you're not allowing it. You're standing against it. All right? Cancer. What does Cancer need to know for their shadow work, please? Here was me hoping to keep everyone's readings a little bit lower, but we're heading for another. I think we might be heading for a 3-hour video today, guys, but we'll see how we go. We do have the soon energy, so I'm going to need clarification on what that's about, Cancer, because it's feeling like it's something specific and it's telling you soon. What is this, Cancer? What is this? Oh, it feels like gossip. I want to know. What are you wanting, Cancer? There's something there. Clarify this soon energy for Cancer, please. Why does Cancer need to know this for their shadow work? Is that Cancer or is that somebody else? I feel like for a lot of you, okay, this is specifically in regard to that person that's going to hug you and tell you that everything's going to be okay, and they want to nurture you and look after you. On the bottom of the deck we have the feminine, and that's exactly what they do. They nurture, they look after your emotions, they hold your heart close and give you that hug and tell you that everything's going to be fine. It's not that far away. Soon, Cancer. We have the snake energy coming out with the rider. All right, so this snake energy, I'm kind of feeling that this is something that, you have this desire, this passion for this. You're fighting against it with all this energy here. You are fighting against this a little bit, and I feel like that's why you have got the snake energy for this person, because you're kind of deceiving yourself into thinking that you don't want that. You're trying to tell yourself, I'm fine. You're doing it to yourself as well. I'm fine. But deep down, you're the temptation to, like, I'm getting for a lot of you that this snake energy is a woman, and you're telling themselves, like, you're telling yourself that if you allow this snake to get close to you, that they will just bite you and poison you, which I'm not getting that. I'm not getting a negative energy from this snake energy. We do see the feminine queen up here in the background, the Queen of Clubs up there in the background of this card as well, which not there's only not all the cards in the deck have the imagery in them. I know the queens do, but you can kind of see from, like, look at that bear card. There's no figure in the background of the 10 of clubs. There's no figure there. And looking here, I've got clubs, 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 heart, heart. So something about that, and I did mention something happening at the club. So I'm like, what's with the club reference, Cancer? Otherwise, anyway, but that snake energy it's something that you do truly desire. You have a lot of passion towards it, and it may be wrapped up in a lot of physical intimacy as well. So there may be this component of the temptation for sex linked with this person as well. So I am heavily getting that for a lot of you, that this is a feminine. I don't normally genderize the masculine and feminine, but I am feeling that for a lot of you that this is a feminine. Even if it's a male, there's a very feminine kind of energy there, with that nurturing, that loving person coming through. And this snake does feel quite feminine as well. So I'm actually reading your energy as, a little bit more masculine, and this person's energy as a little bit more feminine in this particular reading. But, like I said, gender aside, all right? But, you're seeing them as that feminine temptation, that sexuality of this person is very attractive to you. We also have the rider there. So, the rider is, good news on the way. I feel like for a lot of you that this is you. I did ask for that clarifier. I got the stork as the clarifier, which is, you stirring things up, something getting stirred up within you. I feel like this is you getting stirred up into action towards this person, okay? Or, it definitely could still be the other way around, this person getting sort of stirred into action towards you. But I do feel as though for majority of you, this is you taking action towards this person, kind of, getting back on the horse, getting up on the horse, and, making moves, stirring up stuff in order to make moves soon. Okay, so you may already be in contact with this person. You may not even know them, but very soon there is going to be some sort of movement happening there, that's going to allow you to sort of be embraced by that nurturing energy that you do truly desire. You're just fronting a bit, Cancer. All right, so embrace that inner child a little bit more. Stop fronting, okay? But we'll get your third card from this other deck. Cancer, shadow work for Cancer, please. Nostalgia. Okay, so there is an energy of looking backwards here, that, looking back at the past and having this nostalgia for something in the past. But it does say focus on the here and now. So don't allow yourself to focus on what could have been, what was. Focus on what can be, what you want, to come in the future. Focus on now, and what can you do now to get on that horse and travel towards this snake energy that you're after here. What can you do to find that inner passion in the here and the now? Don't worry about the past. Worry about stirring up that new energy. It doesn't matter how strong and powerful you've been. It's okay to admit that in the here and now that you need to accept some nurturing from somebody else there. I feel for a lot of you, but we'll get some clarity on that as well. Clarify this nostalgia energy for Cancer, please. Okay. We have the key and the ring. So, focusing on the here and now, what can you do to open new opportunities for yourself that are going to lead you to the successful relationship that you want? It's pretty straightforward, this particular clarity here. The key being, unlocking the doors of new opportunities that lead to success for you. Opening yourself up to new opportunities, to opportunities in general, walking through those doors and finding success on the other side. With the ring, we do sort of see once again that we are looking at, like I sort of have picked up on there, that it's this nurturing energy. It's this person that you're wanting to kiss those boo-boos. Here they are with this ring offering you, for some of you, this is outright commitment, stability and commitment being offered with the ring. But for others of you, it's just having that strong connection, that strong relationship, that person that is giving you that opportunity to have those boo-boos kissed, and they're going to be that nurturing, supportive role for you. With the nostalgia card as well, I do feel that for some of you, this is because we're seeing the ring and the nostalgia card, I do feel that for some of you, this is talking about a past person, because the ring can sometimes talk about things coming back around. So, and focusing on the here and now. So, and we do see you stirring things up, stirring up movement, and whatnot. So for some of you, this is definitely someone that you've kind of been maybe waiting on, because with that soon energy, you maybe have been waiting on something to happen with this person, or to get up on your horse. And I keep hearing too, get back on the horse. So for some of you, that horse that you're trying to get back on is this cycle with this person. So I feel like for some of you, that's a specific person that you may already know from your past there, but not focusing on the past that's been between you and this person, because with that ring energy, the past might be over here, but you've come all the way back around to here now. So it's looking at the growth and the involvement and transformation, transforming that into a solid ring connection, focusing on the here and the now, and where we can move forward to, rather than looking back. All right, so that's what we have for you, Cancer. You are more than welcome to check your other placements as well. But for now, we'll move on over to Leo. Okay, Leo, how are we today? Just trying to check we haven't got that time delay again. Oh, it's doing my head in when it does that. Seems to be fine, but hopefully it's not doing the time delay thing again. So I'm sorry in advance if it is. Seems to be fine. Okay, Leo, what does Leo need to know for their shadow work, please? Sexuality. Okay, so Leo, a lot of the time when I see this sexuality card, it's not necessarily talking about your sexuality as in, what gender you prefer or anything like that. It's more talking about, exploring the sensual side of yourself, the sexual side of yourself, and getting in touch with what it is that you embrace within yourself, in the aspect of sexuality, just trying to get a clear read on that. It's how do you express yourself sexually? How do you connect with the idea of your sexuality? Are you trying to tell yourself that you're not a sexual person, but deep down there is this inner sensuality and sexuality about you? We're going to have a look here. Clarify that sexuality card for Leo with their shadow work, please. Yeah, so we do have the house energy there, which is showing us that, you know, there's this energy of you, you know, being very secure and stable. I kind of feel as though it's kind of more, not so much security, but stability, that you are so used to being a certain way that you're not embracing what it is that you truly want when it comes to your sexuality, that you're kind of holding it all in a little bit here. The house energy, it can sort of represent, you know, that little personal bubble and not letting anyone else into the home of you. So I feel like that's kind of what it is for a lot of you, that you are, you know, you putting up these big brick walls around yourself, and not letting anyone get too close to you, who may actually, you know, expose your sexuality that you have within you. I feel as though there's this aspect of not embracing yourself sexually here, Leo, and not really exposing that side of yourself, even to yourself, that you're hiding a little bit, hiding in the back room, rather than you know, entering that bedroom and letting loose. It's kind of that holding yourself very rigidly when it comes to that, because we do also see the clover, which is all about taking a risk, taking a chance, to, you know, that letting loose a little bit more and embracing all that, you know, that crazy sexuality within you. So for some of you, this may be like, sometimes when we see this sort of energy, it can be talking about, you know, there's something specific that you're interested in, you know, when it comes to sex, like maybe a kink type thing, that you're wanting to explore that a little bit more, and you're kind of holding back. But the clover is telling us that it's time to start taking chances, and to start embracing your true sexuality within yourself. All right. So and for some of you, that definitely could be in order, like in the whole sense of embracing your sexuality full stop. So, you know, you may want to explore, you know, with the same sex, with a different sex to what you normally are with, or that sort of thing as well. So, and I am kind of getting that vibration too, that someone here, you know, maybe have lived a life where you've acted very, I'm getting that very like strict kind of feeling, that not so much asexual stuff, but just very strict and withheld sexually, and you're wanting to explore sex and sexuality a little bit more, and you know, let loose a little bit more. I'm kind of really getting that it's time for you to sort of take that chance, take that risk. All right, but we'll have a look here. Leo, what does Leo need to know for their shadow work, please? Because I am getting that some of you are really uncomfortable with this topic as well. So sorry about that. But we also have the learning. So learning more about yourself, learning more about, you know, what is it that drives you sexually? What is it that you're wanting to explore sexually within yourself? What's this? What is this within you that is asking for more, that is wanting to take a bit of a chance, that's wanting to sort of branch out and try something new? What is that exactly? Learning more about yourself, learning more about what it is that turns you on. All right. Clarify that learning for Leo, please. Clarify that card for Leo. We have the heart, followed by the ship. So starting this new journey within yourself, you know, this self-exploration of what is it that you truly crave here? What do you really love about yourself? What about love? What do you love about love that you want to explore? Starting new adventures, you know, getting on that ship and setting sail, you know, embracing the storm that you have to sail through. You know, for some of you there, learning where do you want this ship to take you when it comes to all of this stuff. Because, you know, if you deep down in your heart, you kind of know that there's something there that you want to follow your heart, and it's asking you to, you know, set sail and you know, learn more about what's the truth of your emotions and your heart when it comes to all this stuff. Leo, what does Leo need to know in regard to their shadow work, please? Gold. Okay, this one says you don't need someone else to fix you. So yeah, once again, deep diving down into yourself, you know, connecting with your own heart, connecting with your own desires and passion, and what is it that you, Leo, want. You know, and you know, sometimes I don't really like this card because it uses the term to fix you. There's nothing about you that needs fixing. It's embracing yourself how you are, and you know, if you do feel as though there's something about you that not so much that you want to fix, but something that you want to change, transform, evolve, that you don't need to rely on anyone else to tell you what that is, that you yourself, you know, deep dive into your heart, and you can find all the answers that you need. You can learn all about yourself just by embracing your truth and your heart here. Clarify that gold energy for Leo, please. So, Leo, we do have the snake energy there, which is, it is the card of sex in the Lenormand deck. So once again, it's talking about physical intimacy, following your passion and your true desires, okay? Leading yourself to temptation and you know, letting that ship set sail and taking those, I feel like for you, Leo, that's embracing temptation a little bit there, and really allow, you know, stop deceiving yourself and allow yourself to embrace you know, yourself as a sexual being and whatnot. We also have the feminine energy, which is kind of similar to that heart energy. This is the nurturing yourself, nurturing your true desires, your true heart, your true emotions here, Leo. So relatively straightforward for you here, Leo, but I am feeling that I am getting this message of someone who is a little bit straight-laced sexually, and it's all about, you know, you're wanting to explore, you're wanting to learn a little bit more about yourself in that aspect. So it's really asking you to start taking those chances and going from there, learning more about yourself along the way. All right, but that's what we have for you today, Leo. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course, but for now we'll move on over to our Virgos. Okay, Virgo, how are we today? Just looking at shadow work for you today. Okay, Virgo, what does Virgo need to know in regard to their shadow work, please? Oh, I wish Australia would make its mind up about the weather. Hot and then cold and then hot and then cold. Christmas has been fun. It was sunny one minute and then storming the next. Stormed so much I even lost my power a little bit, and crazy. For you, Virgo, we have entrapment. Okay, so the entrapment card is all about feeling as though you are sort of stuck in something, that you're being held back in something, that you're being trapped somehow, you know, whether this is by somebody else or by you yourself. All right, it's kind of like, what chains are you putting yourself in? What are you allowing yourself to be stuck in? Is the door really locked, or is this something that you're locking yourself in there and telling yourself that the door is locked even though it's not? It's really asking you to really ask yourself, you know, whereabouts in your life do you feel stuck and trapped? All right. Clarify that entrapment energy for Virgo, please. Clarify the entrapment energy for Virgo. Okay, so we do see the flowers, all right, and that's coming through with the feminine. All right, so this is talking about some sort of emotional entrapment. With that feminine, that usually does talk more about, the emotional aspects of ourself, the, trying to nurture something that we're giving and giving and giving, but it's not giving back to us. We're not receiving anything from that. What exactly are you trying to nurture and give yourself to, whether it be time, love, energy? With that flowers energy, that's giving and receiving. So it's all about you are sort of trying to nurture something. You're trying to give to something emotionally, and I feel it's kind of not giving you the same in return. It's feeling very one-sided here with that flowers energy, whereas the flowers energy should be very reciprocal, where we're giving of ourselves and we're receiving in return. It does feel as though you're not actually receiving in return here, Virgo. So it's asking you to, really look at this thing that you're trapping yourself in, this energy where you're giving and giving and giving and giving, but you're not actually receiving anything in return from this energy. All right, so the Voices of the Soul deck. Virgo, what does Virgo need to know in regard to their shadow work, please? We have education. All right, so for a lot of you, this is you're giving, you're trying to nurture somebody else's learning, somebody else's education. I do have the help card underneath that as well. So it's like you're trying to help somebody. You're trying to sort of educate them a little bit more about just, it's not really being very specific there, but it's education. You're giving and giving and giving, but you're not receiving anything in return. It's like you're helping this person learn and learn and learn, but you're not being given any opportunities for you to learn and grow and evolve within this as well. It's just all about this person and their growth and their learning and education there. But for some of you, you may actually, I'm feeling that there is one or two of you who are actually feeling trapped by their education. So whether you're in education and you're feeling like you're in the wrong vocation, you're giving all your energy to the wrong place, you're in the wrong subject course line or something along those lines, or someone feeling trapped that they can't give to themselves and educate themselves the way that they want to. So it's asking, for some of you, it is talking about actual, external education rather than your self-growth and internal education. It's asking you about, for a couple of you here, it is talking about external education. Like, are you feeling like you need to go back to school? Are you feeling like you need to, do some further studies or change the area that you are studying? Some of you are feeling entrapped by your level of education, your lack of education, or the education that you are in. All right, so it is, for some of you, it is talking about actual education as well. But I'll clarify that one for you as well. Virgo, why does Virgo need to know about education for their shadow work? So we have the child and the house energy there. So once again, for some of you, this is you feeling like you're trapped within your own childlike self. So once again, going back to those of you who this is actual education that we're looking at here, it's you kind of feeling as though you don't have enough education, or you didn't learn enough when you were a child, that you you're feeling trapped by your lack of education, or that you're in the, the wrong vocation. Um, for someone there, it is specifically talking about your lack of childhood education, your lack of learning about the world when you were a child, because with the house there, it can talk about the family home as well. So, and for others of you, this is talking about some sort of education about an actual child within your home, within your family unit, and feeling as though, you're somehow trapped a little bit, by not knowing how to educate the child, how to be a parent role to the child. That's just for one or two of you. But ultimately, the child energy is talking about your inner child, your, being able to express this inner child within you yourself, and this child feeling trapped within you, that you can't express it, you can't, you're feeling as though you have to be this solid, non-moving object, or this security, stability for people around you, that you're giving and giving and giving to these people, and you can't actually let your inner child out. You feel as though your sense of adventure, your sense of playfulness is just being compounded, entrapped here within this. I'm kind of getting this vibe of a child just being locked in their room and not being allowed to do anything, not being allowed to be a child, not being able to learn and educate themselves so that they can grow and whatnot. I'm just getting that stunted growth kind of energy. So for some of you, it's definitely got to do with your actual education, feeling as though you were entrapped by your childhood. It has held you back in some way, shape or form. Oh, that scared the living daylights out of me. The tinsel just fell a little bit. Sorry about that. Okay, but Virgo, what does Virgo need to know in regard to their shadow work, please? Potion. Okay, that one says, remember to practice self-love. What I'm getting here is parent yourself, okay? That this inner child of yours, you can educate and teach your own inner child how to love yourself, how to be more stable and secure within the world, okay? Remember to practice self-love. Remember to, love yourself first and foremost. Stop giving so much to nurturing others around you, and start nurturing yourself. Clarify potion for Virgo. Yeah, we do have the mice energy there. So this is, this is, it's taken away from you. It's you're losing touch with yourself by putting so much time and energy in and love into others. You're forgetting to love yourself, and it's kind of eating away at your energy, and taking and taking and taking, and not giving back in return. So that's kind of coming through as the part. It can be the past energy as well, that there's something, to do with your past here. Definitely with, maybe the way that you were raised as a child, the family home, maybe educating yourself about how the way that you were raised is affecting you now, is affecting the way that you show yourself love, the way that you give to yourself. There may be, especially with that education card, there may be a way for you to learn a little bit more about how that has affected you now, and how to change that, how to evolve from that, because we do also have the tree, which is self-growth, okay? Looking after yourself, that self-care. So when it says, remember to practice self-love, and then we get the self-care card come out for you here, Virgo. And this is using your own wisdom, your own sense of purpose to love yourself, to really focus on your own growth and growing this trunk within yourself nice and sturdy, so you can sort of hold on to the whole family tree there. So I do feel as though for a lot of you this may be somehow related to supporting family around you, with some of the cards we've seen there today. But ultimately it's kind of telling you to educate yourself about how you can look after yourself better, and how you can actually love yourself, and stop feeling like you are trapped by this need to give so much of yourself to the people around you, and actually start giving to yourself. All right. So that's what we have for you, Virgo. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, and we will move on over to Libra. Okay, Libra, how are we today? All right, Libra, what does Libra need to know for their shadow work? Libra, we have the rejection energy. Okay, so I believe it was Taurus that had this same card, Libra, but this particular full moon will be hitting you guys a little bit harder than some of the other signs. So this rejection energy is definitely a hard energy to be dealing with at any given time, but this particular full moon may be very intense emotionally for you, Libra. But it is all about, clearing out that residual energy in order to, focus on growth and transformation into the new year. But we'll clarify that rejection energy. A lot of the time, it definitely can talk about rejection from, love choices, but it can also talk about, just those feelings of rejection, career, family, all that sort of stuff. Places in your life where you feel as though, it's kind of you. I'm getting for you, Libra, that it's something that the universe, it feels like the universe is against you, and the universe doesn't want you to have that, is what I'm kind of getting from that rejection energy there. But we'll get some clarity for Libra with this rejection energy, please. Yeah, so I'm getting drawn back to the full moon energy here, okay? Because we do have the tree, which is all about your self-growth, and that evolution of you yourself. I'll just go back over that there. So reminiscing about your self-growth. So how far have you come already? What areas of your life have you already, evolved and transformed in? Letting go of emotional baggage, breaking free and prioritizing your own needs, lifting weight from your heart and using your feelings as a catalyst to transform and evolve. All right, so using those intense emotions to really focus on, your self-growth when it comes to feelings of rejection. How can you take better care of yourself, when it comes to, potential future rejection? Because, rejection is something we all experience, whether it's just, not getting that particular job, not getting that person that you want to be with, all those sorts of things, okay? Rejection is something that does affect our self-growth, our self-esteem, the way that we love ourselves, because obviously when we're dealing with rejection, a lot of the time it leads us to believe we're not worthy of that thing, which is never the case, all right? But we do have the rider coming out with that as well, Libra. So it does show us that the rider is sort of good news on the way, movement. So you're really being given this opportunity to, reminisce about the times in your life where you have felt as though the universe is against you and rejecting you from a particular thing, or person, or whatever that is for you. And you're giving this opportunity to create movement, create that transformation, that evolvement within your own self-growth of how you're dealing with feelings of rejection. All right, so it's definitely giving you that kind of spurring you on kind of energy, moving you forward to really go, do you know what? I have actually evolved more than I realized I have, and I'm going to keep going on that trajectory. I'm going to get back on the horse and give it another shot, that kind of energy. But we'll go a little bit deeper into your reading here, Libra. Okay, Voice of the Souls Oracle. Libra. What does Libra need to know in regard to their shadow work, please? Happiness. Okay, happiness. So, once again, I'm getting drawn to that, I did say this during the Taurus reading, that a lot of readers, I have heard readers saying, rejection is God's protection. Which in this case, it seems to be true, that, that thing that you didn't get, that you wanted or thought that you wanted, there was a reason, even though it left you feeling with these, with these horrible feelings of rejection, that you maybe weren't unworthy of that thing. It is actually leading you to a happier path, more happiness within yourself in the long run, for being able, for you being able to, deal with rejection and experience this. I know it's a horrible thing to experience, but it is all for your self-evolvement and your personal transformation and being able to accept happiness. So when you're rejected for something, if you're rejected for a certain type of job 5 times, and 5 different companies reject you from that position that you've applied for, and then you apply for a 6th position with same sort of job, but then what, you find your happiness, you get given that job, and all of a sudden you're realizing that you would never have worked out with those previous 5 companies. This company is the company that is giving you the most happiness, the one that truly makes your heart shine. So it's that kind of energy that, even though rejection, yes, it's very difficult to deal with, and to endure, that in the long term, it's actually leading you to your happiness. Okay, there's happiness. There's a light at the end of the tunnel here. Okay, clarify that happiness energy for Libra and their shadow work, please. I'm also getting here for some of you that you're kind of fighting the happiness. You're not allowing yourself to feel the happiness, because you're so wrapped up in the prior rejection, that you're not allowing yourself to embrace the happiness when it comes your way as well. So just keep that in mind, Libra. But we do have that clarified by the flowers, all right, and also the lily. So, what we're seeing here is you give what you get. The flowers is about reciprocal energy. So you've endured these rejections for a reason. Okay, it's because so that you can give to the things that are actually going to give you the most back in return. That you are going to get that happiness coming back to you in return. It's very much giving of yourself in order to receive as well. And then with the lilies there as well, the lilies is about long term. All right, so this happiness is, in order for long-term happiness. We're not just looking at a happy moment here or there. We're actually looking at these rejections needed to happen in order for you to receive long-term happiness, and for you to get given and, for you to receive that happiness long-term, not just in the short term, but for this to actually become a stable part of your life. This happiness energy. So definitely coming back through with that, that rejection definitely was part of God's protection for you, that you may have felt a lot of rejection for those things. I am getting for a lot of you, this is job related. All right, I do keep getting given that example of something to do with jobs, or like career stuff. But you're able to now give to a career or something, you know, that is a much more better for you long term. That long term you're finding that it is going to be a lot closer to your heart. This happiness, it's definitely going to be giving you a lot of happiness in the near future here. You know, to have endured these rejections and to still get back up on your horse and keep on going. All right, so there's definitely this endurance coming through for you, Libra, that, you know, it's playing the long game, not worrying about what's happened in the past, not worrying about, I was rejected again, oh well, let's move on to the next thing and see what that brings instead, and keeping that happiness in mind, because I feel like for a lot of you, you're very, very close to that happiness long term coming through for you there. Libra, what does Libra need to know in regard to their shadow work, please? We have the mural energy. All right, so that says be your own first priority. Put your happiness first. Okay, don't worry about that rejection in the past. As we're seeing, that was there for a reason. That's happened for a reason. It's so that you can get to the one that's going to bring you the most happiness. You know, you may have also rejected some of these things as well. But, you know, be your own first priority. Put yourself first. Put your happiness first, and not just that short-term happiness. We're looking at long-term happiness. What's going to make you happiest in the long run? All right. Clarify that mural energy for Libra. I'm getting that song. I can't remember how it goes properly, but it's like, I got money on my mind on my money. We have the fish and the clouds, clarifying that. So, you know, make your thoughts all about yourself first and foremost. So be your own priority. You know, put your thoughts onto yourself, onto your money, your wealth, your abundance. Okay, so once again, we're looking at the long-term happiness here, long-term abundance and wealth and financials for you there. A lot of money being your, you know, put your mind on your money and your money on your mind, because the clouds is really all about your thoughts and thinking things through very clearly and rationally, not allowing these past rejections to cloud your judgment or make you anxious, you know, confused or anything like that. Really, really focusing on that long-term abundance for yourself here, Libra. So, you know, ultimately, I feel like, you know, the future has a lot in store for you, Libra, and you will have this enduring happiness. It's just a matter of, you know, getting out of your own head. Stop thinking about the rejections, rather than thinking about those times that you have, you know, been turned down from something. You know, focusing on learning from those experiences and growing and evolving from those experiences, because, you know, being able to do that and being able to put yourself and your money as your first priority is leading you straight to long-term happiness here. All right, so ultimately very, very positive reading for you. Okay. So you're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course, Libra. But for now, we will move on over to our Scorpios. How are we, Scorpio? Hope everyone's had a great Christmas. Christmas is over here in Australia. Had a busy one. So we're looking at the full moon energy. Full moon in Cancer. Okay. Scorpio, what does Scorpio need to know in regard to shadow work, please? Pride. Okay. Scorpio, your pride is getting the better of you, isn't it? Why is that? Why are you I feel like for a lot of you, Scorpio, you're putting too much importance on how other people see you, of being prideful of who you are, what you've got, and, but in the sense of to show others that this is what I've got, this is who I am, rather than being prideful for yourself. Okay, but we'll clarify that energy. Pride is coming through. Your sense of pride. Some of you, I feel, are not having enough pride in yourself. But that's what it's coming down to. I feel like there's just something there, Scorpio, with your pride is too wrapped up in what others think of you. And so whether you're struggling with your pride, like within yourself, stop thinking about, I need to show everyone that I can do this, that I am this, that I have this. No, you need to be more inward about that. There's just something coming through about that. Okay, I feel like it's affecting you personally and you're not even realizing that you're doing all these things for others. You're not actually doing it for your own sense of pride and accomplishment. You're doing it for what others see as pride and accomplishment. But clarify this pride card for Scorpio, please. So yeah, we're seeing the coffin energy, which is death and rebirth. All right. So this is what I want to sort of bring to mind. Once again, we see this pride card. We have, half of the face here is the skeleton side, and then the beauty sort of side here. So the death and then the rebirth. So what we are wanting to kill off, what we're wanting to end within ourselves is this need for other people to see us as this. Who cares if people see you as this? It's kind of coming through as, not caring about what other people perceive you, what other people are seeing you as. You need to end that. Stop acting, stop acting for others. Start acting for yourself. Your own inner sense of pride in who you are, not what you have, not how you look, but who you are deep down. There's something about that coming through very strongly here with that coffin energy. It's endings bringing new beginnings. So it's like this phoenix energy where, the phoenix needs to die in order to be reborn. And so this phoenix that is worrying about what others, the phoenix that is being seen by others, that's what needs to die off in order for you to be reborn, worrying about what you see yourself as. Okay, because that came through with the key as well, which is all about opening new doors, to brand new opportunities, to success. And so it's like closing the lid on all this outgoing energy that you're giving too much of yourself to others and letting others judge you. You need to close the lid on that, end that behavior, and open these doors to this opportunity to be yourself and have pride in who you are within, rather than placing your pride in yourself, in how others perceive you. That's coming through pretty strongly, and I'm sorry I'm a little bit confronting with the way I'm wording that there, but that's, I get what I'm given, and I just pass the message on, guys. But Scorpio, what does Scorpio need to know in regard to shadow work, please? Freedom. Freeing yourself from this sense of pride. Okay, freeing yourself from others and their perception of you. Who cares? be free to be you, and be free to love yourself just the way you are. Have pride in who you are. Have pride in things that are not materialistic, things that are not the way you look, the job you do, the money that you have, the house that you own, you know, freedom from all that, freedom from materialistic pursuit. You know, focusing on your inner world, your emotions, having pride in the fact that you're a good person, having pride in the fact that when you fall in love, you love deeply, you know, all those sorts of things that can't be bought with money. Having pride in those things, Scorpio. All right, that's what's coming. It's coming through really strongly here. Freeing yourself from mortal constraint. All right, freeing yourself from society, freeing yourself from materialism. Okay, allowing yourself to shine, and shine from within, not from, you know, the makeup you're wearing, the clothes you're wearing, the shoes you've got, you know, the house you've got, the car you drive. Free yourself from all that BS. All right, it's coming through quite strong here, Scorpio. Clarify the freedom energy for Scorpio, please. We have the masculine and the star energy. So this is actually sort of telling you, in order to free yourself, you need to think quite logically. Here, you know, having control over these behaviors where you're acting quite prideful and in control of every little thing around you, and having control over how you present yourself to the world, you know, because you need to follow your true desires here, the things that you're truly wishing for, the dreams you're wanting fulfilled. That's where your freedom lies, in following your true desires and the things that you're wishing for. You know, that I feel as though there's a misalignment here. There's things that you're wishing for, and you're just feeling as though you're not receiving them because you're still stuck in this materialistic kind of sense. You're still putting your stock in what other people think you should wish for. You know, it's kind of like, I'm getting like, you know, the whole world keeps telling everyone you have to, you know, everyone wishes for, you know, a really nice mansion, a really nice car, you know, the wife and the 2.5 kids, or whatever that is, you know, for you, whatever society, your family, you know, you feel pressured to I've got this in my life, I'm aiming for this in my life. No, it's clashing with, you know, what you actually truly want here. The things that you truly desire in this world, they may be different to what everyone tells you that you should desire and wish for. You may not want this huge big mansion and you know, a nice car. You might actually just want to drive a tractor and have a farm and live on the countryside. You know, it's this big clash. Like, I feel like you yourself, you don't want the thing, you're not in alignment, like, with the things that everyone, you know, the things that you're currently going for in life. I feel as though they're not actually in alignment with what you truly want, and it's kind of holding you back from having this freedom, and you need, you know, going straight back to that coffin energy, kill that off so you can be reborn into the true version of yourself here. Stop going for what people are telling you should want in this life, and go for what you do truly want from within. All right. We'll have a look at the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle for you, Scorpio. Scorpio, what does Scorpio need to know in regard to their shadow work? Whoa, too many. What does Scorpio need to know in regard to their shadow work, please? Potion. Okay, remember to practice self-love. First and foremost, love yourself. Practice loving yourself. practice, you know, knowing what it is that you truly want, what makes you feel free, what makes you feel pride about who you are, not what you have, but who you are. You know, love yourself for those things. Don't love yourself because you drive a really nice car. Love yourself because you're a lovely person. You do your best for others, you know, all those sorts of things. It's asking you to, you know, remember to practice that self-love when it comes to that stuff, all right? Clarify that potion energy for Scorpio, please. The cross, followed by the scythe. Pardon. So there again, we have that little farmer energy. So there definitely is someone out there within the Scorpio energy that, you know, there is this thing within you where you just want to be a farmer and get on your tractor and I don't know why I'm getting told that, but you know, I'm just getting shown that is a farmer and a farmer energy. I'm getting the country farmer lifestyle coming through for somebody there when it's connected to that wishes anyway. But we do have the cross energy. Ultimately, have faith that you can make these changes. All right, love yourself enough to know that you can follow your own destiny and make these changes. The cross card does also let us know, release that burden, release those burdens of what others are putting on you. That's not your cross to bear. If other people think that that's what you should go for in this life, that's their burden to carry. That's not yours. Okay, that's their cross to bear that they're trying to make you carry. No. Have faith in who you are. Have faith in your destiny. And once again, have faith that you can make these changes necessary for yourself. We're seeing it pretty clearly that you definitely can. That was your very first card, that death and rebirth. So you definitely can make this sudden, unexpected change. It may be very unexpected for some of the people around you and very sudden, out of nowhere kind of changes that you're making here within yourself, but at the end of the day, you're being reborn, a brand new version of yourself, transforming and evolving continually. So you know, and at the end of the day, you know, you're finding your own sense of freedom, and you're remembering to get in touch with yourself and love yourself first, and follow the things that you do truly desire, that, you know, wishing upon those stars and making sure they come true for you yourself. Have faith, because they definitely, you know, when you make these changes, you definitely will be on the right path there, Scorpio. Okay, so coming through pretty clearly for you today, Scorpio, that's what we're sort of looking at. But you are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Okay, I'll just shuffle those decks around, and then we will move on over to our Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, how are we today? Sagittarius, hope everyone had a lovely Christmas. All right, Sagittarius, what does Sagittarius need to know in regard to their shadow work, please? Sagittarius, this is a tough one. Victim consciousness. Okay, so whereabouts in our life are we playing the role of the victim? It's definitely a hard energy to be looking at for ourselves there, Sagittarius, because it does ask us to, you know, look at things that have caused us trauma, have caused us pain, and even the things in our life where we were genuinely a victim of circumstance or a victim of, you know, trauma, something in particular. But it asks us to remove ourselves from that consciousness mindset of being the victim, of playing the victim. You know, I'm getting, you're not the victim, you're the survivor. Okay, sometimes that's all it takes, is rewording things to ourselves with the way that we're looking at things. So, I'm not a victim of that. I'm a survivor of that. That's something that you have survived, and that really, if you just think about the way that that presents itself, it's like when you say that you're the victim of something, it brings to mind suffering and pain and ongoing suffering. Whereas when you say you're the survivor of something, that brings to mind that 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 determination, that to get through that, to not allow that suffering to hold you back, to actually continue to move forward from that thing. All right, so it's definitely a hard energy, but I'm definitely getting that rewording for a lot of you there. That stop, don't put yourself in the role of the victim. Put yourself in the role of the survivor. All right, but we'll get some clarity on that. Sagittarius, clarify this victim consciousness card for Sagittarius, please. Okay, so I'm getting a clear message here for a lot of you that this has got to do with the fish energy. All right, the fish energy is all about abundance, wealth, finances. So there's this thing coming through that it's kind of like, oh, I'm a victim of circumstance. I did say that intuitively at the start there, the victim of circumstance. I was brought up in a poorer household, so I can't be rich. I can't achieve great things. I can't achieve wealth. I can't achieve a lot of money in my lifetime because, I've been put in this position. This person took all this money from, I'm getting those kinds of things coming through. It is coming through as a money sort of situation that you're only seeing the negative to do with all that sort of stuff, and you're allowing those things to hold you back, that because we always hear these stories about people who were raised with absolutely nothing in their pocket, and then they turn around and make themselves self-made millionaires and whatnot. So there's something I like to sort of talk about sometimes, which is the fact that the worst that humanity has to offer is also within ourselves. But that being said, the best that humanity has to offer is also within ourselves. So if you're looking around and you're seeing, oh, I'm the victim of circumstance, I'm in a horrible circumstance, but other people have been in worse circumstances and they've still managed to survive that and get through that and make something of themselves outside of that. So the more that you allow yourself to be in that victim consciousness, the more that you actually are holding yourself to that. It's kind of like that the whole thing about manifesting, that if you're constantly saying, I'm not going to have any money, I'm not going to have any money, I'm not going to have any money, then you're going to manifest that you're not going to have any money. Whereas if you're constantly saying, I'm going to be wealthy, I'm going to be wealthy, I'm going to be wealthy, you're increasing your chances of actually being wealthy. It's manifesting what we want in a positive way. So instead of manifesting, with that victim consciousness, it's you're manifesting suffering by being in a victim consciousness, and you will continue to suffer. The more that you're telling yourself that you're the victim, the more that you actually manifest yourself being the victim. Whereas if you change the wording and say, I'm the survivor, I'm the survivor, I'm the survivor, you're manifesting that you can get through that. That suffering is not holding you back, that you can move past this, you can get through this, you can transform this. So it's telling you here too, with the clover energy, to take a chance. Good luck surrounds you when it comes to money at this time. So you are surrounded by good luck, and there's definitely this opportunity for you to start taking a bit more of a chance to move forward I really feel as though this is talking about moving forward and creating your own abundance, creating your own wealth, regardless of whether this is outright money or some other form of wealth. Wealth can be a lot more than just money. It's telling you to start taking the risk, to think about things in a different light, to think about how you want to manifest what you truly want, instead of holding yourself to this is all I've got, this is all I've got, this is all I'm ever going to get. Hold yourself to a higher standard of this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I am going to get. That manifesting thing and taking a chance, to want more from this, and not hold yourself back here. All right, but we'll have a look with the Voice of the Soul Oracle, Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know in regard to your shadow work? We have physical pain. So for a lot of you, this victim consciousness, it may very well be connected to physical pain. For a lot of you there, that suffering. The more and more that you put yourself in that suffering, even if it's an emotional suffering, emotional pain can cause physical symptoms as well. It can lead to physical pain. Something I've spoken about in the past is there is actually a thing called broken heart syndrome. Okay, and it's like the emotional pain from a broken heart can actually lead people to have actual heart issues. And you do see this thing with, especially with very old couples that have been together a very long time, where one partner will die and the other one will die within a few months, and everyone sort of says, oh, she died of a broken heart, or he died of a broken heart, and there is truth to it. There is actual medical truth to that sometimes with this broken heart syndrome. That the pain and whatnot of losing that person who meant so much to them actually has caused physical symptoms, and then led to them also dying, or that sense of they just gave up once their heart was broken. They just gave up, and they didn't fight anymore. So it's a bit of a warning here for you, Sagittarius, to really need to take yourself out of this victim mindset. And for some of you, that victim mindset is directly related to physical pain. You may still be suffering physically from something that has happened, traumatically in your past, and it's a constant reminder to you of this thing that's happened. But it is strongly sort of letting you know here that the sooner that you can change your emotional state when it comes to that, the sooner you can actually get on top of the physical state as well. They're very linked for you here. This victim consciousness and the physical pain, very, very linked for you here. All right. Clarify that for Sagittarius, please. Clarify that energy for Sagittarius, please. What do we reckon, Sagittarius? Do you think we can stay under 3 hours for this video? It's becoming quite a long one today. Yeah, so I'm kind of getting, once again, it's coming through as a little bit of a warning about this physical pain stuff, that that you are leading yourself to physical pain if this continues this way. We do have the Sun card followed by the Whip Okay, and the sun lets us know that there is opportunity for happiness to shine over all this and remove all this stuff. There is an opportunity here for happiness to develop for you to sort of get through all this and start heading towards, the warmth and the sunshine and the happiness. But what we're seeing is that whip, that internal conflict, that internal struggle, that beating yourself up energy, that constant fighting and tension and trouble within you. It's, you're going to have physical trouble if this continues. It's going to be revealed to you. It's going to come to light that you have physical symptoms directly related to this conflict of being in this victim consciousness. Okay, so it's coming through as a warning. It's definitely preventable with that sun energy, and with that clover energy too. That is very good fortune energy, good luck kind of energy, that you do have the ability to change this before it's too late. All right, but there is this strong warning coming through here, Sagittarius, that you do really need to change this before it is too late, because if you don't, it is going to come to light that there is some sort of physical trouble, some sort of physical drama coming in the near future if this doesn't change. All right, you are the survivor, not the victim. Sagittarius, what does Sagittarius need to know for their shadow work, please? Sorry to be so confronting, Sagittarius, but I just have to read what I'm getting given here. We have expectations. That says don't seek anyone's approval. All right, so that's an interesting side effect with that victim consciousness as well, is that, when it comes to the victim consciousness, it's that poor me, poor me, poor me, wanting people to give you sympathy. Like, I'm not putting this on you. I'm not directly saying that you're doing this, but, it's this warning of all this stuff coming through. You're not seeking anyone else's approval. You're not seeking anyone else to say, oh, poor Sagittarius, you went through this, had this happen. Oh, such a tragedy. It's so tragic that you've had to deal with all this suffering. You don't care about other people's approval whatsoever. You need to look out for yourself first and foremost here, Sagittarius, and it's very important that you sort of really, really steer yourself away from anyone else's expectation of how you should act after going through that thing. Whatever that thing, I feel like for a lot of you, there is a specific trauma that this is related to, and you don't need to meet anyone's expectations of how you should be feeling or acting after that particular trauma. You need to worry about yourself and your physical health here. Clarify that expectations card for Sagittarius. Yeah. Clarifying that we have the crossroad and then the dog, which is pretty clear. It's talking about, choosing to be loyal to yourself, choosing to support yourself. The dog is all about friendship, support, loyalty. So, and the crossroads is about, a choice or decision that you need to make, and you need to choose to be a friend to yourself first and foremost here. That's all that is sort of telling me, is that you choose to be loyal to yourself and choose to be loyal to, what is right for you, and not worrying about anyone else's expectations of you, choosing to be loyal to yourself. All right, be a friend to yourself. You don't need to be the person that everyone expects you to be. You need to be a friend to you first and foremost here. All right, and at the moment, it's kind of already shown us that in order to be the best support for yourself, you need to take this chance to steer yourself away from this victim consciousness mindset. All right, so I personally, Sagittarius, I know it's a very confronting topic here, but I actually would really suggest to you, Sagittarius, that if you do resonate with this, that to really look into victim consciousness mindset, and I'm sure that there is plenty of resources online, on YouTube, online in general, about how to, rethink this as being a survivor rather than a victim of life, of circumstance, of this event, of this trauma, how to steer yourself away from suffering, because it does seem to be quite important that you take a risk on some pretty speedy action here, with that warning coming through about physical tension, trouble, drama, conflict. I really would advise for you to, really look into this a little bit more for yourself. Okay, Sagittarius, but I'm very sorry that was so confronting. But, you are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. I am just going to pause quickly for a drink before I move on to Capricorn, okay? Okay, moving on to Capricorn. How are we, Capricorn? Hope everyone's having a lovely Christmas. Christmas is over in Australia, so I know that elsewhere in the world you are still celebrating. But we're going to be celebrating the full moon today, doing our shadow work reading. Okay, so what does Capricorn need to know for their shadow work, please? Help from above. What an interesting energy. I haven't seen this card come out in any of my shadow work readings this whole year, I don't think. Help from above, Capricorn. So look at that beautiful full moon in this one. And in this particular full moon in Cancer, Cancer is the opposite sign for Capricorn. So this full moon may be a little bit intense emotionally for you, Capricorn, but it's looking like it's giving you the help that you need, that extra little push from spirit to, push you in the right direction, to help transform your entire life. Anyone that has been watching my videos, Capricorn, you have been getting a lot of spiritual help, spiritual guidance, spiritual messages in general for the last few months. Okay, so you really do have this help from above on your side, and it's giving you this. I feel like this is the final push into something coming into the new year, that something really needs to shift and change for you, Capricorn, and you're finally getting that little final push into brand new energy for the new year. So, birthday season, getting that extra support you need. This is feeling, I'm already feeling, Capricorn, that this is actually another intense spiritual reading for you. Okay, but we'll clarify that one. It's all about asking for that help as well, asking for that spiritual help. Did you guys just see that? Because there's nothing in front of me that just did that little flash, but I saw it on the camera. There you go. Extra confirmation. All right. I don't know if you saw, if it actually like, maybe it was just my imagination or something, who knows, but I am a Capricorn as well, so I did just see like a flash strike down in front of my face. Okay. and come to mind, actually, twice in the last 24 hours I've seen there's a light out the back of my place that is a sensor light, okay, and so it's only supposed to come on when it senses movement, and there's been twice lately where it's been like flashing. It hasn't actually come on like with the sensor, but it's been like just a couple of little flashes. So definitely some extra stuff going on around you at the moment, Capricorn. So keep your eyes and your mind and your heart open at the moment, okay? There's some stuff going on around you. Wow. Clarify that help from above card for our Capricorns, please. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the stars energy, which is all about your wishes coming true, okay? We have the crossroads, which is followed by the fish, all right, which is one of the ones, Capricorn, we love to see this card. It's all about abundance and wealth and, you know, positive financial changes and whatnot. You know, wealth can be a lot more than just financial though. So we do have this wealth. I'm seeing the blue as well, the very healing sort of blue. We've got blue in that help from above, and then both of those cards having a strong blue to them as well. So a bit of an ocean emotional theme there going on, but with the blue, sort of blue can be a very calming, healing color as well. But with the crossroads, choosing to let abundance in, choosing to be more abundant, choosing to, you know, focus on your money for some of you, but really choosing to go in that direction where, you know, you're allowing your life to be as abundant as it should be for you here, okay? That it's really also a guideline to you as well, that you are on the right path towards abundance here. You know, the crossroads coming in, it really does show us that you are on the right path. Both of those cards too, we've got a queen and a king coming through there. So definitely some strong energy, Capricorn, getting us sort of started. Okay. Capricorn, what does Capricorn need to know in regard to shadow work? I believe it was last month's shadow work reading, when I was doing you as well, Capricorn. You guys didn't even get a shadow work reading, and this one is sort of headed in the same direction, that we're not looking at confronting shadow work issues. We're looking at, you know, asking for help to guide you through any transformation that you need in your life at the moment. You know, rather than outright confronting harsh sort of messages. Capricorn, shadow work message for Capricorn, please. Message of freedom. Okay. So, you know, once again, it's all coming up, Capricorn, all right? This message of freedom, choosing to follow the path of your abundance. And you know, this is a message for you that freedom is soon to be yours. You're going to have this freedom to do whatever you want, to be whoever you want, to, you know, be financially free. For some of you, this is definitely finances. You know, that having that freedom to, you know, I want that, I'm going to buy that. I want this, I'm going to buy this. You know, I'm feeling strongly for some of you that is financial freedom, just out and out financial freedom, and heading into financial abundance for yourself there as well. But clarify a message of freedom for Capricorn. I'll take it. Oh, wow. It just gets better and better, Capricorn. I'm like, we have the sun that actually flipped on out. I really like this one because this is the Leo card. It's also card 31 in the Lenormand. So I really, especially for it to come out in a Capricorn reading, I really personally identify with that because, you know, I'm a Leo rising, but I'm also on the 31st as well. So very, very strong energy coming through. This message of freedom. For some of you, this may be the 31st on New Year's Eve. There may be this message of freedom, that you're now free. Things are opening up for you. Things are becoming more abundant for you in your life. You know, happiness. Okay, that happiness with the sun card, happiness being revealed to you, some sort of personal revelation maybe. It's definitely things coming into the light for you, being revealed for you, and it's all about happiness, All right, and we do see the clover coming out with that as well. So the clover is, you know, the lucky card. It's the card of good luck. You pick a 4-leaf clover and you'll have good luck. It's good luck being revealed to you. This message of freedom being revealed to you, that you have good luck. You can take all the risks you want, the chances that you feel that you want to take a chance on something. You can take a chance on something. Okay, this is really, you know, it can talk about. I'm getting for some of you here too, especially with that financial card, the fish coming out. We definitely, it may be an investment opportunity being revealed to you as well, that's going to help create this abundance and give you this freedom, because sometimes the clover can talk about gambling, but more so in the sense of, you know, technically it's gambling when you're investing, or the stock market. Okay, it can be classed as a type of gambling. So I really do see it as, you know, having this chance to have this investment revealed to you, having this, being able to take a bit of a chance or a risk, you know, to put money into stocks or bonds or investments and all that sort of stuff as well. Okay, so if that's you, Capricorn, go for it. It does seem to be a really good time for you to be, you know, investing in yourself as well. All right. Message for Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know in regard to their shadow work, please? Protest. Start a revolution. The time is now. Riot, Capricorn. Start a revolution. All right, and we do have this real sort of girl power bonding down the bottom here with the hugging and whatnot as well. You know, I am really feeling too that, you know, we do see the you know, it's like they're at an actual, you know, riot or revolution where they've got their signs up and they're storming the castle kind of energy. I am feeling that for some of you this is actually related to what is going on in the world at the moment. So some of you may actually be involved in that political stuff and starting this sort of revolution to see some change in the world. That's very interesting. I don't normally get those sorts of messages because I do try to steer away from like the political state of the world and, you know, those sorts of things that are going on in the world. We are aware that there is some serious stuff going on, you know, in some parts of the world at the moment, and you know that it's just getting brought to my attention that for someone out there within the Capricorn collective, there is a need for you to, you know, I feel like you already know too that you're ready to march on the capital or something along those lines. You're ready to start this revolution, and that you're an instigator in this change, and you're already taking steps to do so. And I feel that, you know, take a chance, take those risks, because it's really, I feel for whoever that is for, I'm getting that there is this strong sense of your passion and your sense of righteousness coming through here, and you know that this is the right thing to do, and once again though, I'm getting drawn to that help from above card as well. So asking for help from higher up, asking for help. Don't do it alone. You need your support here. Okay, you need these people on your side. So whoever that's for, I feel like you're going to know if that's for you. That's not going to resonate for everybody. You know, for everybody else that, you know, is not involved in that sort of those efforts. In you know, the greater sense of the world as a whole. This is starting a revolution and fighting against the things that don't serve you in your own personal life. All right, so starting a revolution within yourself. You know, fighting against the things in your life that don't serve you, the things that you know that's not right for you. Start that revolution and, you know, protest protest those things that you deserve better than that, Capricorn. You deserve all this energy, this help from above, this happiness, this risk, these, you know, good luck and abundance. You deserve much more. So start a revolution, protest that treatment that, you know, I feel like there may be someone out there that, you know, you're being treated badly and you need to protest against that behavior, and you deserve better and you know it. Okay, so I'm getting a bit deep there on that end of things, but we'll get some clarity for you as well, Capricorn. Sorry, sometimes I just feel as though, like, sometimes the messages, they just come out and there's no stopping them. Sometimes I don't even sort of recognize what I'm actually saying until I'm like, oh, wow, that was a bit deep. Sorry, like, you know. Okay. Clarify protest for Capricorn, please. I'll tell you what, though, it's perked my energy up a little bit. We have the stork, followed by the lily. Oh, no, the flowers. Sorry. Flowers. Very interesting too, Capricorn. We've got 2 more queens here as well. So we've gotten 3 out of the 4 queens coming through for you, Capricorn. So regardless of your gender, that queen energy is, you know, very much that protest energy, standing up for what is right and, you know, taking control, taking power, you know, being in a position of power to change things. We do see the stork energy as you stirring things up, changing things, getting, you know, shifting those energies around, you know, getting things moving, starting that protest, starting that revolution. And we also have the flowers there as well, giving and receiving. Okay. Also reward for your hard work. Have, you know, moments of pleasure that, you know, stirring things up, stirring up reciprocal energy, stirring up, you know, getting back as much as what you're receiving. So in those personal life examples there, you know, if you know that you deserve more, you know that you are not receiving what you're giving, and starting that revolution with that behavior that I'm not going to stand for this. It needs to be reciprocal energy or no energy at all. Okay, me personally, I'm a very all or nothing type of person, and if I'm not getting what I'm, you know, giving, I'm all or nothing, guys. All or nothing. You give me, or I get gone. That kind of energy. That I know that's a bit of a Capricorn type thing anyway. Is that, you know, if I'm not getting what I need out of the situation, I'm out. You know, we'll walk away and we won't turn back. But reciprocal energy and really stirring that up, getting that going. That, yeah, I'm giving, but I need something in return. I need you to get on board and you know, have this go both ways. I'm not just going to keep giving and giving and giving if I'm not receiving anything in return. So definitely starting some sort of revolution there as well, Capricorn. Very interesting. So whether that's, you know, I feel like for majority of you, that's just within your personal life. But, you know, there was that example of some of you that may be on a grander scale as well. But, you know, making sure that we are asking for that help from above. Okay, so whatever we're getting ourselves involved in, the universe has got your back, all right? So ask for help when it's needed. Okay, but you are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Oh, but we'll move on over to our Aquarians. How are we, Aquarius? Okay, Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know for their shadow work, please? What does Aquarius need to know for their shadow work? Procrastination, Aquarius. Why are you delaying? Why are you holding back? You're procrastinating. There's something something that you're procrastinating about this and you're not taking the action you should be. Oh. It feels like what to the right of my third eye, Aquarius. So that leads me to believe that it's something logical. You're procrastinating against the logical decision. You know it makes sense, but you're procrastinating from... Okay, I'll just get clarification on that one. Clarify procrastination for Aquarius, please. Why is that? Can you choose? Can you just show me a card to explain that to Aquarius, please? Yeah. Okay. When I've asked for clarification for myself on how to explain that to you, it has brought out two cards, the house and then the ship, okay? So the house is stable, secure. You holding yourself back. This is you procrastinating, okay? Staying at home, not moving. This is no movement. You're not moving. You're not doing anything. Staying at home. You're not getting on that ship and going where you need to go. You're not covering that distance. You're not starting that adventure, starting that journey that you need to. Okay, so this is, yeah, the procrastination coming out here. And what you're procrastinating about, we have the dog energy as well as the fish energy. Okay, so I feel like for some of you, these are separate. So there's two things that you're procrastinating about. But for a lot of you, they are combined energy. The dog energy is usually the card of friendship. It's about loyalty, support, companionship, those sorts of things, understanding. But you're like procrastinating giving your support to somebody. I feel like this is you needing to be supportive of somebody or needing to be a little bit more compassionate of somebody around you. Usually a platonic connection with the dog energy, but it can still be romantic energy, but it's talking about the friendship aspect of that connection. All right, but usually when we see the dog energy, we are seeing an interaction between you and others around you, okay? And you're procrastinating being a friend to this person. You're holding back from being as supportive as you should be, or that you could be to this person. Okay, we also have the fish, which is the card of abundance, of wealth, of finances. So for some of you, you have the ability to help a friend out financially, and for some reason you're stopping yourself from doing that. But it doesn't necessarily mean like financially as in handing this person money. It can also be about, helping this person learn more about how to deal with finances, or help, giving them advice on how to get more money, or make more money, or deal with finances better. For others of you, this is like holding back from a person because of abundance, and because there's a mismatch you know, I'm feeling that for some of you, it's like you're not wanting to get involved with this person's life as much, or you're not wanting to offer them as much support because I'm feeling that there's this fear that this person will be jealous of you, or you're jealous of them, or something like that. It does feel as though it's got a larger sort of financial aspect for you, Aquarius, that there is a financial mismatch between you and this person, and you're maybe feeling as though you can't support them in the way that you would like to. Maybe but you know, with that telling me the house and then the ship, it's like you're not seeing that abundance and wealth is about a lot more than money. That even if this person needs financial support, that you can still give them support. It doesn't have to be financially. Like I said, you can give them advice on how to deal with financial issues, or you know, how to accept wealth in general, because wealth can be about a lot more than just money. But for some reason you're procrastinating. So we'll delve into it a little bit more, Aquarius. Okay. What does Aquarius need to know for their shadow work, please? Burden of tears. This is definitely something to do with why we're procrastinating here. This mismatch between you and this person. Why is it a burden to you? Why are they a burden to you? Are they too sad for you to deal with, or you don't know how to support them through sadness, or do they make you feel burdened and make you... I'm getting this example of empathy and compassion, right? Pardon me. That for some of you here, what's going on? The you know, because I feel like a lot of people that are watching may already know a fair bit about, you know, like being an empath. Where, you know, I'm getting shown this thing where when you are an empath as such, rather than just having empathy for somebody, when you are an empath, you do have this tendency to take on other people's feelings. And I feel like this is what's going on here. That spending time with this person and supporting this person, you feel as though you're taking on too much. You're carrying this person, you feel. You're carrying too much. So there's something about needing to learn how to not carry that person's stuff as your own as well here. Because you do need to be supportive and empathetic towards and compassionate towards this person. But if you are taking on too much of their stuff, then yeah, there definitely is a need for you to, you know, learn how to separate and clear yourself a little bit more, protect your own energy a little bit more before you're involving and embarking on helping this person, you know. So I'll get some more clarity there. Clarify that burden of tears for Aquarius, please. it's just, your message is just, mysterious today. It's not showing itself very clearly to me. Yeah, so that burden of tears, we've got that clarified by the anchor. So yeah, this person is, or this person's energy is weighing you down a little bit, holding you. You feel a bit stuck in this energy, and you're a bit weighed down by this person. Even though I feel like, you want to, and you kind of need to support this person and be there for this person, but it's weighing you down and holding you back. For you, like, in order for you to be this person's anchor, this shoulder to cry on, this person that can help them weather the storm, it's actually having the reverse effect of holding you down and tying you down too much. So there's definitely a need for you to find another way. The other card that came out there was the key, which is all about opening new doors. So it's letting me know that there's a new way to do this. There's another way that you haven't quite seen yet, and that's going to be the success. The key really unlocks new opportunities for success, and it's like I'm seeing like a hallway with multiple doors, and you just keep going through the same door, and that's what's weighing you down. Is every time you go through that door, it just leads to this weighed down. This burden kind of energy. Whereas there's other doors that you need to open, where you need to sort of try something different, or do things in a different way, or there's a new opportunity, another opportunity, a different door, a different path to choose here, a different way to do this, a different way to approach this, that won't have that burden, that will allow you to be this anchor for this person without it holding you down. Okay, so I'm seeing alternate doors, and you needing to actually unlock a different door to the door that you keep trying to unlock. That's not leading you to success. That door that you're currently trying to open, that's what's making you procrastinate and stay back, like hold yourself back and not give fully to this. There's a different way to do it. There's an alternate door here, an alternate opportunity, maybe a different way of looking at the situation as well. All right, but ultimately you do have the potential for success to overcome all this energy. All right, but we'll have a look with the Believe in Your Own Magic deck as well. Okay, Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know in regard to their shadow work, please? Feather. Okay, that does say think first before you judge. So, Aquarius, that I feel like you already heard it. As soon as I said that, think first before you judge. You already know how that connects to this message. Once again, you're holding yourself back. You're judging a little bit here. You're procrastinating doing something. Procrastinating taking action. Once again, that's bringing me back to that potential mismatch here. Potential jealousy coming from one of you. Clarify that feather energy for Aquarius, please. On the bottom, I do have the tree, which is all about, you know, looking after yourself, but also the opportunity to evolve yourself, transform yourself, self-growth, okay? Clarifying that feather energy, we do have the flowers followed by the birds. All right, so the flowers is a reciprocal giving, and you know, giving and receiving, very reciprocal energy. It can be talking about, you know, giving more of yourself to this situation, allowing yourself to receive from this situation, but not take on board as a burden. With when I was talking about that empath kind of stuff there, not allowing it to actually sink into you yourself, but you know, taking it on board and allowing it to let go again. You know, the energy, the reciprocal, is it? Are you giving more than you're receiving? Are you receiving more than you're giving? Is there some sort of mismatch going on here? The bird's telling us that there's a conversation that needs to happen here. Whether this is just a conversation, you know, like a deep and meaningful with you yourself, or whether you're actually needing to stop procrastinating and with this person and actually sit down and have a conversation with them about how this is leaving you and making you feel, and you know, what is actually going on for you, and you know, what is going on for them, and you know, that give and take flow of conversation as well, that getting on board with actually having a conversation with this person about this issue, and that helping, you know, maybe that's the other door that you're needing to open here, is instead of avoiding, you know, instead of procrastinating and avoiding the issue altogether, maybe we just need to face it head on, and sort of let this person know, look, I really want to be here to support you, but I'm taking this on too much and it's hurting me too much. It's making me shy away from being able to support you in the way that I want to, you know, and then listening to what they've got to say. And then, you know, but very important with the give and take, the flow. Okay, the flow, you know, giving as much conversation as you're receiving. So very important there as well. All right, but that's what we have for you today, Aquarius. You are more than welcome to check your other placements. But for now, I'll move on to Pisces. Okay, I knew I was going to hit close to 3 hours. I talk way too much. No, I'm doing quite an in-depth reading today. But moving on to Pisces. How are we today, Pisces? What does Pisces need to know in regard to shadow work, please? What does Pisces need to know in regard to shadow work? Temptation. What has got you tempted, Pisces? Temptation. This can be a lot of things. I am getting intuitively that for a lot of you, Pisces, this is the temptation to avoid something. The temptation to not go for something that you want. The temptation to take the easy path instead of the hard way. You know, because the easy way is what's comfortable. We don't have to chase anything. We don't have to go for anything. We don't have to try. You know, the hard path is where we put our energy into something, whether, you know, without knowing if it's going to be good or bad. So I feel like for you, Pisces, I feel like the temptation is to do nothing and stay where you are, rather than trying to move forward. Because I'm just getting that, you know, for some of you, this is because you're fearful that the bad things, the bad results, the bad outcomes are the only outcomes. It's not worth trying to get the good outcomes because it's just easier to just do nothing. Okay, so this might be a little bit confronting, Pisces, but we'll get some clarity for that. Okay, Pisces. Clarify the temptation card for Pisces with their shadow work. Okay, so Pisces, these two actually came out together. So we've got the cross, and then behind that is the key. All right, so this is all about you having faith. Okay, having faith in those positive outcomes, having faith that you can open new doors for yourself here, that you can approach new opportunities, and that having faith that you could be very well successful. So it's kind of like telling me, you know, that when I was saying the temptation to do nothing, it's kind of showing us here that if you only have faith that you will unlock the right door. Stop telling yourself that you'll only open the wrong door if you do something, because you need to have faith that you will open the right door to success here. All right. The other card we have is the Scythe energy, which is all about change, you know, breaking free, you know, cutting out the things that don't serve you, which, you know, very well may be for a lot of you, this inaction, you know, breaking free from that inaction and making a sudden unexpected change here, you know, cutting away the things that don't serve you and changing the things that you need to change. So, you know, the temptation to do nothing is strong, but it's showing us that there's a change that's needed, and that's why the temptation to do nothing is there, because you know that you need this change. You know that something needs to give, something you need to break away from, something that, you know, you need to make this unexpected change, and the temptation to just ignore it and it'll go away, it's not going to work for you. All right, you need to have faith in those opportunities when you do make that change. All right, Pisces. So I'm feeling that this is all different aspects for some of you. Some of you, this is directly related to love, but for others of you, this is something else completely. I just can't get a clear read on that, but we'll see what this wants to say. Pisces, what does Pisces need to know in regard to their shadow work? I'm just getting told, stop resting on your laurels. Abundance. Okay, we have the card of abundance coming through here. So, you know, if you make this change, it's going to lead you directly to abundance. Why are you afraid of potential success? Why are you afraid of potentially, you know, creating a more abundant life for yourself? It's really feeling like you're afraid of not only are you afraid of what happens if it doesn't work, but there's this big part of you that's afraid of, but what happens if it works? It's like the temptation to do nothing is there because that's safe, that's comfortable. You know how your life is right now. And even if it maybe not 100% what you truly desire from life, it's safe. It's like, it's better the devil you know. That's what I'm getting here. You're kind of afraid of what happens if it all goes right. What happens if I get everything that I want? Do I even know how to deal with it? Oh, that's saying something, Pisces. That's saying something. like, and I totally understand it. Like, I do. I totally understand it. I myself get a bit like that sometimes too, but it's something that you need to face at the moment. Is this, what are you afraid of? Why are you afraid of what all the why are you afraid of you know, abundance? Why are you afraid of having everything that you want? You need to ask yourself that question, Pisces. Clarify this abundance card for Pisces, please. Are they directly, is that a describing card? Is that a describing card for the card pre? Getting a clear message here, Pisces. For a lot of you, like I said, for a lot of you, this is directly related to love. All right, and I am getting the vibe here that this is actually a gender specific. Normally, I don't genderize the masculine and feminine in the lenormand, but we do have the masculine, and it is presenting as a masculine rather than a feminine with masculine energy. It is presenting as a male. Okay, so and we have the mice energy as well. Sorry in advance to my bestie who hates that mice energy. She's scared of mice. Okay, so, and we always get the mice with Pisces. Every time I do readings for her and whatnot. So, she hates it when she sees me do the mice card. I'll leave her a voice note and let her know I got the mouse again. For a lot of you, this is a masculine from your past. A masculine that you haven't necessarily lost this masculine, but you may be fearful of losing this masculine. You feel as though this masculine has taken something from you. It's you know, because when it comes to the keyword of loss with the mice card, it's feeling like a loss that's not a loss. I don't know how that makes sense, but it's not like a fully lost energy. I'm getting more along the lines of like this masculine took something from you. This masculine made you maybe lose something within yourself. This masculine was eating away your energy, your time, your abundance. This masculine makes you stress the F out. I'm definitely getting that there's a lot of stress here with that mouse energy. This masculine, and it's like I'm getting that for one or two of you. This is like the thing that you need to cut out is this masculine. But you're at the same time, you're fearful of what that means. You're fearful of that loss. You know that you need to cut them out, but you're fearful of that loss, even though you're already losing abundance by having this masculine still in your energy. You are kind of fearful of completely cutting that energy off. When I've asked for clarity there, we do have the ring. You know, so it does show that you may very possibly have had a strong relationship with this masculine, either currently or in the past, but it's more about cycles here. that this is a cycle that you found yourself in, and that's maybe why you're fearful to, why you're avoiding this temptation to actually cut this out completely, because once again, it's better the devil you know. It's a cycle that how this cycle goes. What happens next. Whereas if you break that ring in half and start a new cycle, you don't know what happens. Okay? So you're fearful of potential abundance, but you're fearful that, it's so conflicted here, Pisces. It's so conflicted. I'm feeling that, and I'm not, I'm like, with that loss sensation for that masculine, I'm feeling that for majority of you, this is not somebody who is in your life, like, hugely. If they are in your life, it's not like it's the energy of this person on you. It's the energy of this person that the connection seems to be strongest with, is the energy, the residual energy for a lot of you there, that maybe this masculine has left on you, still having to deal with that. We'll have a look with the Believe in Your Own Magic deck here, Pisces. And look at that, we're about to hit the 3-hour mark. No wonder I'm starting to get a bit tired, hey? Pisces, what does Pisces need to know for their shadow work, please? I feel like I've picked up this same energy for you in the past, Pisces, this masculine that I'm not very impressed with their energy. Because it doesn't feel like a positive influence, this energy. It feels like it's taking your energy. Which I really don't like that for you, Pisces. It's taking your abundance. It's taking your energy. Pisces, what does Pisces need to know in regard to their shadow work, please? I get very overprotective with my Pisces too. My best friend is a Pisces, so I can get a bit overprotective. Stars. You can manifest your every wish. Have faith in opening these doors for yourself. You can get what you truly desire here. You can have your wishes come true, and you don't need to be fearful of having abundance in your life, Pisces. I'm going to clarify that again. Clarify that stars energy for Pisces, please. I'm already feeling it's the same thing over and over, but okay. Yeah. Okay, so in order for you to manifest your every desire, in order for you to manifest your true wishes with this situation, we have the sun energy, okay? So there is potential here for you to have a lot of happiness. You do just need to bring to light the betrayal, the deception. Okay, that's the snake card there. You may still hold a lot of physical attraction for this person, for some of you. But this is like the snake energy it can be harsh sometimes. It's deception sometimes. Like, it can be deception. Once again, though, one of the key words for the snake energy is temptation. The very first card we saw for you, Pisces, temptation. So you need to reveal the truth of this temptation. What are you deceiving yourself about when it comes to what you truly wish for here? when it comes to how your abundance is being taken from you, and your, because I feel like this person is not just taking your abundance from you, but they're taking your want, your that's why we've got that fearful of abundance coming through, because it's like they're taking your ability to want abundance, from your energy, from the energy side of things. They're trying to take your ability to approach success, your ability to open those new opportunities for yourself and open new doors for yourself. That's the abundance this person is affecting. They're taking that energy where you are even willing to try and even willing to open up to new things, because you're fearful that you're just going to have this same cycle all over again. But that's not what you truly wish for. So it's asking you to really stop and look at this whole situation. Stop deceiving yourself. Stop allowing this person to take from your energy. Have this personal revelation about this situation. You are headed towards a personal revelation here, of what it is that you're truly desiring within this situation, and how I do feel strongly that for a lot of you, you are going to, it's going to come to light how to, overcome this self-deception, how to overcome this person's deception. They're placing deception in your energy. That's what's happening here. This person, because they're still attached to your energy, Pisces, you're losing your will for your, and that's why we're fearful of abundance, because you're losing your drive. It's easier to do nothing than to try to get abundance, because this person is putting this in your energy where you're deceiving yourself. I feel like to some of you, it's to the point where you're telling yourself, I don't deserve this abundance. I don't deserve that wish to come true. And it's all because of that deception. Okay. This person, it's like, I'm just seeing here that this person has gotten into your energy to the point that they are making you believe that you are only ever going to have that cycle, and that you're never going to be able to break free of that cycle, and that it's easier to do nothing, to make no changes, than to actually have faith that you can find new opportunities, and to have faith, because with that abundance energy, it's like, even if you're fearful of that abundance, this change that you're facing within yourself here, Pisces, it's kind of telling you that that's how you break free of this deception. All right, is you head toward that abundance, even if it's scary. Even if you're worried that it's going to be the same cycle all over again, do it anyway, is what I'm getting here, because that will help you break that cycle and find that personal revelation within all this. Break free of this person's energy hold over you. Break free of this deception and start to manifest the things that you do truly desire. Okay, so that's what we have for you, Pisces. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Sorry if it was a little bit confronting there. Here and there we do get the more confronting messages. But that's what we have for you this week, this month, this year, when it comes to shadow work. Hopefully I'll see you all in the new year for some more shadow work readings next full moon. I will be uploading the weekly looking ahead at January readings for you, Pisces. That will be on Thursday. Okay, so keep an eye out for that one. And Thursday Australia time, guys. I am in Australia, so I'm a day ahead of quite a lot of you. For me, it's Boxing Day right now. While you're watching this, it's Boxing Day here in Australia. You know, so I understand that elsewhere in the world it is still Christmas Day. So I hope everyone's had a really great Christmas. Hope Santa was good to you and all of that. And hopefully I'll see you very, very soon.